You're going to love this. Trust me, what you're seeing now is my normal state. This is a Super Saiyan.
Warning! Come take your best shot at Whimsicott. Fluffy cotton is awesome, it totally rocks. But don't try this out if you're going for the sock, cause otherwise you'll be losing a lot. Get a prize card with an energy blow. Stacking energy zone, we get a KO. Triple accelerated energy is crazy, yo. Extra damage, yeah, we cast, you know. Come at us with your Pika with a fairy charm. You'll soon be gone, cause you can't just handle the fairy song. You'll be scratching your head until we've won. We'll leave you confused every single turn. Combined with our ability is true concern. When Magearna tool cards will return. Whimsicott's OP, yeah, you will learn. Boom! Episode 220. Whimsicott GX, of all things. Here we go. What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome to episode 220 on my channel. As you know, on my channel we talk about the latest cards and best new decks in town, so be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out. And also hit that little notification bell so you get notified immediately when a new video pops up on the channel. Also, if you haven't bought an epic t-shirt or hoodie to support the channel, feel free to do so, the link will be in the description below. Alright, today we will be reviewing quite an annoying GX card, it's Whimsicott GX. This GX is has a rather low amount of HP, it's only 190. But don't let that fool you, this card will not go down easily, but more on that later. It's weak to metal, which is pretty decent since there aren't a lot of top metal decks around, because of the occasional fire decks popping up at tournaments. People will be afraid to use metal types, although there is metal frying pan, but that's not always very reliable since it's not searchable. Maybe with green search, but who knows? Yeah, metal isn't around. Maybe you can face off against an occasional stack attack at GX or Celestial attack into a deck, but other than that we should be good with the weakness department. We have a resistance to darkness, which is pretty sweet pre-rotation because that helps us out against Zoroark GX, which is still everywhere. Post-rotation is pretty average since there won't be that many top tier darkness decks in town. There is of course Greninja and Zoroark Tag Team GX pair with Naganadel, which looks to be a little bit promising, but other than that, that's it. It has a sick retreat cost of only 1, which helps quite a bit since that way we can just rely on the skateboard to have free retreat, and that rocks. Now the best part of Whimsicott GX, its ability called Fluffy Cotton, which states if any damage is done to this Pokemon, flip a coin. If heads, prevent all that damage, and that means that the opponent only has a 50% chance of landing a successful attack. I know there's a bit of luck involved in using this card, but if you're having a lucky day, Whimsicott GX will eventually win yourself a tournament. And did you know that we can increase the odds of successfully preventing damage even further? Yeah, more on that later. First off, I want to talk about being a fairy type. Being a fairy type is actually good nowadays because we hit weakness against popular dragon type Pokemon like Ultra Guzma GX and Rayquaza GX, but it will also help with the upcoming rise of Garchomp and Giratina Tag Team GX after Unified Minds is officially released. That is going to be on the 2nd of August. Not only that, we have cards like Diantha to help recover resources, so if a fairy type goes down, we have things to recover. Since Rescue Stretcher will be rotated, Diantha is a perfect way to get things from the discard. There's a Wondrous Labyrinth as well to slow the opponent down, and this is also not affecting us since we are a fairy type, and most importantly, we have fairy charms, which help against we become invincible pretty much against certain type of GXs. We'll explore a couple of deck ideas in this video, but first let us finish the review of Whimsicott GX. Its first attack, Energy Blow, deals 10 damage, plus 30 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon. And it doesn't state which type of energy, so every energy will do. Which means the base damage for a single fairy energy will be 40 damage to begin with. Not too shabby, but if we can have like additional energies attached to them, let's say for example an additional double colorless energy, we will be dealing 100 damage for a fairy and a double colorless energy. Or how about the new triple accelerated energy? We know this only works for evolved Pokemon and disappears after you've attacked, but it's just way too good not to pass up. 3 energies at once means we suddenly burst out 130 damage for 2 attachments. And the longer we stay alive, the more energies we can stack onto Whimsicott GX to make the attack powerful and more powerful every single turn. So staying alive will be key. Its GX move, Toy Box GX. For a single fairy energy states, search your deck for 5 cards and put them into your hand. So basically a reprint of Algorithm GX, of Metagross GX, of Guardians Rising back in the day. But getting so many cards in the hand to set up is actually perfect. Finding the correct Fairy Charms for setting up multiple Whimsicott GXs, etc. As an example, for Fairy Charms, a Lightning Fairy Charm will help against things like Pikarom and Tapu GX, which is very scary because if we have a lot of energies attached, Coco GX will just explode in our face if we actually hit a Tails. The Ultra Beast Fairy Charm helps against things like Blacephalon GX and yeah, maybe other Ultra Beasts like Boswell and Pheromosa GX if that sees play. So there's a lot of Fairy Charms we can use. Also, we need to remember that Marshadow is getting rotated out, which means the only way to disrupt the hand is going to be with Judge or Reset Stamp. And Reset Stamp comes in our Unified Mind set in August, by the way. So yeah, if the opponent is not using a Disruption card, that means we can keep everything with the Toy Box GX. Alright, so now we are going to explore 2 versions of the decks with Whimsicott GX. We have a defensive build and we have an offensive build. Here, let's first talk about the defensive build, which seems to be the more popular deck in Japan. Here we're going to pair Whimsicott GX with Tapu Lele from Lost Thunder of all things, with the Charm ability. Yeah, very crazy name, just a tongue twister right here. Charm ability. This is a sweet ability stating the following: whenever you attach a Fairy Charm from your hand to Tapu Lele, you may leave the opponent's active Pokemon confused. And confusion means that the opponent will have a 25% chance of landing a successful hit on Whimsicott GX. First, they will need to flip a coin in order to go through the confusion and to be able to attack. Then we flip a coin, and if it's head, it prevents that. So yeah, the opponent will just scratch their head and just think about a main strategy to just yeah, destroy Whimsicott GX with the help of confusion and the ability. Now you might wonder, how do we repeat the process of confusion since we can only attach it once? 1 tool card per Pokemon, that's the rules. Well, there is Magearna for that, the Magearna from Ultra Prism with the Change Clothes ability. Lets us pick up one of the tool cards in play once during our turn. So every single turn we can replace the Fairy Charm on Tapu Lele, and that means the opponent will just have a hard time to just get out of confusion because we're gonna spam that combo as hell. Maybe they will play a ton of switching cards, but remember that Guzma will be leaving our standard format, of course, on the 15th of August, so yeah, say goodbye to that. And also that means they will have less options to get out of those nasty confusion situations. How to reduce the solution of the opponent? Yeah, simply with hand disruption, so that way they won't draw into their Guzma and switching cards. We just want to just disrupt the opponent's hand. Supporter Judge will be our main friend. We will try and get out of Whimsicott GX with the confusion combo, and after that we just spam Judge every single turn so they have less options to get out of that situation. Judge Whistle will work perfectly to recover our judges if we run empty on them, so that's gonna be amazing. Just smack Judge down until yeah, the opponent just don't have any ways to just attack Whimsicott GX. Otherwise they just flip confusion, or we flip heads and we prevent the damage. So that way we can just spam our attacks, full blows and stuff, and we're gonna take our prize cards while the opponent struggles to take their prize cards. Yeah, simple but effective strategy. Against crazy one-shotting machines, we of course have the correct Fairy Charms. I know we have a weakness against things like Hoopa, a little Ninetales, or the new Cottonee GX, which comes out in Unified Mind. So putting a Xerneas Prism Star, I think, is yeah, not a bad idea. It's actually a must, otherwise you just get stalled by those decks. Okay, now that we explored the defensive build of Whimsicott GX, we'll take a look at the crazy offensive list. Okay, in this kind of scenario, we just gonna pair Whimsicott GX with Porygon-Z from Unbroken Bonds. Porygon-Z has an insane ability which lets you attach as many special energies from your hand during your turn. So crazy energy acceleration. Imagine playing unit energies and combined with triple accelerated energies and double Chaos energies all in one turn. So bam bam bam, 3 attachments out of nowhere, you'll be hitting 190 damage. So there can be like a power turn where you can just one-hit KO anything. So imagine if you just get 2 triple accelerated energies, that's gonna be insane. You can even one-shot tag team GXs with that combination. Although they get removed if they somehow miraculously one-shot a Whimsicott GX, you can rely on Diantha getting those special energies back, and you can just repeat the process with another Whimsicott GX. Maybe you can try it out with Green's Exploration to get, of course, your Porygon-Z out, because we're definitely gonna need, of course, a way to search out our rare candies since it's a stage 2. And I know Green's Exploration only works if we have no ability abilities in game, and Whimsicott does have an ability. So if you play Green's Exploration, you're gonna have to just spam Green's Exploration early game until you have your setup, and that way if Porygon-Z is established together with a Whimsicott GX, you'll be golden. Green's Exploration can also be replaced by Alola Ninetales GX from Lost Thunder with the Mysterious Guidance ability, doing the exact same thing, but then you'll have 2 stage 2s, actually 2 stage 1s and 1 stage 2, which is sounding very clunky if I just write it down here. So maybe Green's Exploration will be the way to play Porygon-Z with Whimsicott GX. So that's gonna be, maybe you can just max out the counts, Green's Exploration, Pokegear, and maybe a max count of Lillie is definitely a great idea. And as soon as you get Porygon-Z out on Whimsicott GX, it all comes down to luck, drawing your energies, and you'll be able to just one-shot a lot of Pokemon, and hopefully the ability saves you from another attack from the opponent, and then that way you can just repeat an attack. It's a little bit more risky, but more rewarding since it deals more damage. And that pretty much wraps it up for another episode on the channel, but right now I'm interested in your opinion. What do you think about Whimsicott GX? Were the Japanese players just lucky? Will this just be a gimmick, or is it actually a top tier deck? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to demolish the like button since that always helps out the channel tremendously, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Also, don't forget to check out my merchandise page for the most lightning fresh t-shirts, tank tops, and more. Alright, thanks again for watching. I wish you all a very fantastic rest of your day. Stay fresh. Until next time. Peace. If you wanna go and test a deck that isn't played a lot in this format, then listen to what I'll say. If you wanna go and try it out with me, let me know how it does in a tournament. I think it could be really great. Chilling on Sundays while new ideas pop in my brain. Where is my